Yo guys, I am Sam Jones, and in this series I'm going to be firing up some local eats with everything the UK springtime and summertime has to offer. Along the way we're going to meet some familiar faces from the passenger crew, go foraging, find some local swim spots and cook up a massive feast. We're making new connections, cooking in some truly inspiring places, and I hope this sparks something inside you to get in the great outdoors. Nothing complicated, just good food cooked outdoors. So get the fire on, settle in and grab yourself a cuppa. We are here today at 4 Acre Farm. There's loads in bloom and we're going to see what we can pick and cook later on. And Kate's going to show us around, so we're going to go find her now. Let's go. Hello.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm very well. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's beautiful here.
I'm so glad you could come down.
I know.
Yeah, it's a really good time of year, to be honest. You've nailed it. This is Jasper.
Hello, Jassy.
He's now the farm dog.
Farm dog,
He's
best friend farm dog.
Best boy.
Just do a video on him.
yeah, literally. But yeah, no, it's just a really good time for things like all the exciting stuff starting to pop up now. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think everything starts to get a little bit taller as well. We've got like all the beans climbing, but we've got our first courgettes literally yesterday. So you're very lucky.
Amazing.
But yeah, there's loads of spring onions. Everything's starting to fill up and get all green and lush again. So we should check out some of the produce that you can use.
Let's see what we can cook. So what is 4 Acre Farm about?
Well, we've got the 4 acres split into the market garden, the new mixed fruit orchard, and then the wildflower meadow. So we set it up as an example to the community of how we can grow vegetables in a ecologically friendly way without using any nasty chemicals, but also to try and get as many people on the land as possible, people interested in like how things grow, what they can do to create different habitats. So and eventually we'll have the mixed fruit orchard, which will be the community orchard, so people can come and harvest together and then make things together and take their share home. Like that's always been kind of a dream. But yeah, it's just to try and get as many people here thinking about like what's going on with the food system, how we can be eating more vegetables, how we can have like a healthy sort of outdoor lifestyle. So yeah, we get people in doing lots of different courses and workshops, as well as volunteering as well, so that they can harvest their own vegetables and get to know how to grow them. And then hopefully quite a few of them have started taking on allotments, which is very cool.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
That's so good.
There's been some amazing like connections that have been made that you wouldn't have imagined would happen. People that are just like from the outside, from very different walks of life, and then they've had like the same very niche experience.
Really?
Yeah, it's been mad,
That's
but
sick.
very,
all
very
over
cool.
vegetables.
Yeah, literally all over vegetables.
I love that. Well, should we go see what we can find?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we can grab Rocket in here.
I love Rocket.
And this is like seriously hot, like obviously
that's so good.
it gets
so peppery.
Yeah, like when you grow your own.
It's like sweet almost.
It is so, I mean, honestly. So there's one that we grow in here in the winter, which is the salad rocket, and then obviously this is the wild rocket.
Okay.
And you can see it's like going up to flower here, but we just keep chopping it back down and then it regrows from down here. But you've got all these nice sort of fresh leaves. Yeah, so we just hand pick it, or when it's young we can just use a knife and like run over the top and grab a whole load. But yeah, Jasper likes to just get involved.
Do you like the Rocket?
Don't sit on it all, babe. But yeah, so do we want to do some carrots?
Yes.
Yeah. These are the yellow ones actually. They're gonna go green at the top. So we've got yellow ones and we've got one called Chantenay, which is a French variety. It's like a shorter, like stubby variety that we like to grow because it's quite quick. It's also very delicious and very sweet.
Yeah.
Whenever you're growing heirloom or different kinds of varieties from different countries and might be a bit different to our climate, obviously most things don't grow from here anyway. It means that you've got to really pay attention to what time of year you want to sow them, because the carrot season for sowing is actually quite long. But you've also got to kind of get your last sowings in by sort of mid-July if you want them to get big enough and hold for winter. Clean up.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Nice one.
On to the next one.
You want a little pea?
Yes.
You can thin out onions like you would like the carrots, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just take the skinny ones and then leave the fatter ones to grow.
That's exactly what I want.
It's a nice boy.
Beautiful. God, these are so vibrant.
They really are, aren't they? Like, I always think how shiny.
Yeah.
This is called flashy butter oak. So, as you can
Flashy
see,
butter oak.
you can see why it is called that, because it's got those flashes through it. Again, like on those younger leaves, you can really see that colour.
Yeah.
So we've got that one, and obviously these more sort of like pinky ruffled ones. Everyone always comments on how long the salad lasts. When you grow your own salad, which is one of the easiest things to grow, if you put it in the fridge, it will genuinely last a week.
So what are the benefits of no dig and why do you do it?
Yeah, so you can see here it's quite a good example for you, because we've just been making a no dig bed, and this was literally made a week ago, and it's already been planted up with little baby leeks. So we had purple sprouting broccoli in here over winter, and the grass got a hold, and instead of digging up this grass and completely disturbing the soil and all of the microbes and the ecology that's below our feet, instead of doing that and like basically killing all of the soil structure and life forms, we take cardboard, so just regular cardboard, brown, no plastic on it, none of the prints and stuff. Pop that down, and then we literally just straight away put well rotted, this is manure, but any compost, mushroom compost or your own home compost is best, and then wood chip for the paths, which is feeding the soil in a different way. Obviously we get loads of mushrooms popping up in the autumn. Yeah, not edible ones, unfortunately, but lots. Anyway, that's just showing that there's all this fungal, life, this mycelium networks running through underground.
That's sick.
But so that cardboard will just completely rot down. You wet it first normally, put it down, wet it just to get it sort of laying flat on the ground, and it acts as a suppressant.
For the weeds,
It'll block the light.
Yeah.
So it can't get through, and then that will die down, the cardboard will rot, the worms will come and eat the rest of that, and then you've got an instant bed.
That's crazy. I would never have known that.
This is a much nicer, kinder way of doing it. I suddenly got really hungry.
Yeah, same. Really hungry.
Look at you, it's like hits you all of a sudden.
Right, I think we've got enough.
Yeah.
Basket's full.
It's looking
we
pretty nice.
Can't fit any more in.
Wicked, right, let's do it.
We have vegetables and we've got a lot of recipes to make, so I'm going to crack on. The fire is pumping, and the first thing we're going to make is a roasted carrot dip, and we're going to blacken the carrots in the fire. I'm also going to put in these aubergines at the same time, just so to get them cooking for the next recipe. So they're little baby carrots, and I've eaten these raw and they're so delicious. We're going to chop off the tops, which we're going to save for later, because I've got a recipe for those later. We can just discard of the little base of the ends. We're just going to chuck them directly into the fire, and it's going to give a really smoky flavour to these carrots. And bring the aubergines too. Cool, so once your fire's got embers, hot embers in the base, just gonna chuck your veg into it, and that's gonna give them a real smoky flavour. The eggplant, I'm gonna give away the recipe soon, but I guess you know what it's gonna be, because it's a famous eggplant recipe. Right, we'll go get cracking with the rest. Little baby carrot survived the fire, so it's going in my mouth. They are So good. We're now gonna toast off some walnuts, which is gonna go in the dip. So it's got walnuts, it's got breadcrumbs, it's got lots of spices. So I'm just gonna toast off these walnuts, and it just gives them an extra bit of flavor in the dip, releases their oils, and then I'll chop them up. Or actually, I'm gonna bash them up in the pestle and mortar. And then after that, we've got some stale bread, which also goes in there to thicken up the whole dip itself. So we're gonna tear the bread up. It's nice and stale, so it'll break up nicely. I can already smell those walnuts, so, right, I think they're good. But like I said, this just is a way of binding the whole dip together, because we're gonna add a lot of oil to it, a lot of balsamic glaze. So it's gonna be quite wet initially, but this will just bind it all together nicely, give that another element of texture. Cool, we're gonna get back into the hell pit of fire. I'm gonna toss around those vegetables. Have you made me some steps? How kind. I don't know if they are steps. Right, so with these, you just wanna keep turning them every 5 minutes. You can see how soft and crackly the skin is, which we're gonna peel off, but putting it in the fire just gives it that smoky flavor. It's crazy like how much that comes through in the dip. So we're just gonna turn it. It's already opening up nicely. It might need less than 20 minutes, to be honest. Carrots are blackening as well. So the carrots are getting an ash on their skin, which again, we're gonna brush off once they're cooked. But this has just given them so much flavor. That aubergine is bubbling. Cool, we'll come back in another 5 minutes and check on them. This is hot in there. So we're gonna roughly chop these walnuts and then give them a final bash in the pestle and mortar. So this is gonna give, again, another texture, flavor, and another smoky element from charring them in the oven. They already smell great. I love charred nuts so much. And all their oils sort of release in the heat. Reminds me of Christmas, like that smell of roasted chestnuts. Even though these are walnuts, but same. You can already see the oils coming out, stone on stone. Right, I'm just gonna add some salt in, and this is again gonna release the oils. Right, I think that's enough. So we're gonna add that walnut mixture into the breadcrumbs. I'm just munching on carrots here, baby carrots. Into that, we've got paprika and cumin. Quite a lot, quite a generous amount. And add a bit of cracked black pepper in there. We've got some chili. This is actually Calabrian chilies that I've used in my plant-based andouille recipe before. Delicious chili flavor, really unique. How could I forget about this beautiful tree of garlic? Kate said earlier it's a little bit milder than normal garlic, so I'm going to use a bit more than I usually would if it was a really strong garlic. Got a plane going over right now. But yeah, we're going to add that into the breadcrumb walnut mix. So I don't even know where to lay this, it's so big. Wow, that is strong. Oh, smells good. Yeah, it's a lot wetter. I think it's called a wet garlic, so you don't have that dry skin on it. I'm gonna just try with one bowl because I don't know how strong it is. It smells so garlicky, so I'm gonna be careful with it because we don't want it to overpower the dish. So I'm gonna finely chop that up. It's actually a lot harder than normal garlic, less soft. It's like spicy. Yeah, I'm gonna use half of that. Woo, it's nice, delicious. So I'm gonna finely chop this. Yeah, it's almost like a peppery garlic. A bit more like wild garlic in strength, but it's definitely different to normal garlic. But we're gonna go in the mixture with that. We can always add more at the end if we need. Just mix that together. Right, let's check on these carrots. Cool. That one looks done. Cute little baby carrots. Let's just get them in your skillet. We're just gonna brush them off. Oh, it smells so smoky. So you've got the charred bit on the outside, but you can see, look, how beautifully orange they are inside. It's almost like blistered the skin, and that's giving it the smokiness and protecting the innards. We're just gonna toss them in some oil, get them in the pizza oven. So the reason I haven't told you about what I'm doing with the aubergine yet, we've got a lot of the passenger team coming down for a feast. We've got a few of the staff that work here, some of the volunteers, sorry, not the staff. So yeah, feeding a lot of heads today, so we've got a lot of dishes to make, which I'm gonna show you how to do. So once you've got all the skin off the carrots, get it into that hot oil and into your oven, and we're just gonna cook them until they've softened up. Right, let's get these little aubergine eggplants, whatever you want to call it, get them off to cool, because we need to be able to peel them. Look at those, blackened. Yeah, they don't look very edible right now, but they're going to be insane in the dip. Just gave it away, it's a dip. But you can do so much with these from this point. Right, we have carrots. Charred, smoky, delicious carrots. I'm just gonna roughly chop them here again, and then we're gonna mash them. Look how beautiful they are inside. Again, you can do this in a blender. It's gonna sort of form a paste. Get that into the mix. Usually I would use pomegranate molasses, but it's quite hard to get hold of, so I'm using balsamic vinegar here, which is it's actually a balsamic glaze, so it's a bit sweeter than a vinegar. And then just bring that all together, sort of mash it down. So add a bit of oil back into the base of the pestle, and we're gonna give it a final mash in here, just to bring it all together, because the blender would sort of do this, which is the hard bit. I actually prefer texture in my dips. Even if it's a hummus, I like a bit of chickpea texture in there. It kind of makes it like a paste rather than a dip, which is really nice. Let's give it a little taste. Oh yeah. You can really taste the earthiness of the carrot. The smokiness is coming through strong. The walnuts toasted in there, they're really strong. And then you've got the background of that lovely elephant garlic that we added. I'm gonna set this aside over there, and we're gonna crack on with the next one. Right, on to the next one. We've got these amazing burnt to shit aubergines. But the reason why they're burnt to shreds is because it releases a lot of flavour. Today we're going in to what's called a baba ganoush. So now we peel off the skin. You want to keep as much of the flesh as you can, and it releases this beautiful flesh which has been smoked by the fire and the embers. Oh, I can smell it. This is going to be so good. And when you get lucky, you get big bits like this. Woo! We're going to use that elephant garlic again into your bowl. We've got tahini again, which we used in one of the last episodes. Give it a shake. Get 2 tablespoons of that in there, nice and thick. Lemon, squeeze that through your hands, avoid the pips. So that's gonna give a real freshness to this dip. Couple of tablespoons of that, good nice quality olive oil. Bit of cumin, nice pinch of salt, and a little bit of pepper. So we'll pre-mix that together. So it should come together a lovely, smooth, creamy dip already. And I'm sure on its own this is nice, but of course this is where the flavour comes from. These bad boys. I'm just gonna roughly chop all the flesh of the aubergine. And you can add this to like curries, you can add this to stews. It just gives another flavour and texture. Give it a nice good mix, and all those flavours will come together. There we have it. Right, next. Right, we have a burnt spring onion and tomato salsa. So we picked some onions today, which are these beauties. So we're gonna roughly chop these and they're gonna go into our pizza oven and burn again. I'm gonna chop the greens, keep them quite big, and then these ends, just gonna leave these to be fresh within the salsa, and the greens are gonna be the burnt bit. And we didn't pick these from here, but they're from a minute down the road at a farm shop. So we're gonna blister up these tomatoes as well. You can do this on a hob, or you can do it in the oven, or if you do have a pizza oven or a barbecue or anything, you can also do it like that. Dry pan, get the tomatoes in, get the spring onions in, get that back into your oven, and they're gonna blister up and char nicely. So get those into your bowl, add a bit of salt in there, red wine vinegar. It's gonna be a very quick, light pickle. Bit of pep, that a little mix. Then we got chili, just chop it up roughly. This is gonna be our spicy dish. So I'm gonna put a whole chili in. And then we're gonna get another one of these giant elephant garlic cloves. The size of that one. Woo! It's nearly the size of my head. So I'm definitely not gonna use the whole one. Chop up your garlic again. Got a lot of garlic going in these dishes, but good job it's not a potent one. Get the garlic in with that pickle mixture. Mix that together. And then we'll get these bad boys out. Oh yeah, baby. Just gonna let that cool for a little bit because I don't want it being too hot within the salsa. Hell yes. We're gonna go in with the tomato and spring onion mixture into that quick pickle. Give that a careful mix because this is a small bowl. Oh yes, spicy. Not as smoky as the other ones, but it's sweet from the tomatoes. It's got that char in there. So juicy, vinegary, pickly. It's just great. Gonna go really well. Oh, I got the hiccups. Gonna go really well with the flatbreads. All right, on to the next one. So next up, we're doing some pesto, but not the traditional pesto. We've got a mixture of herbs we picked in the garden, along with those carrot tops that I saved from earlier. So I'm gonna roughly chop those and make a pesto. We've got some courgettes on the way because we forgot to pick them earlier. And I'm gonna top that pesto on a flatbread and then top it with the grilled courgettes. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm gonna roughly chop these, add them to the well-used pestle and mortar from today. Get them in. Healthy glurg, olive oil. So we're gonna go in with more of this garlic. I'm gonna mash that on the base in here. Just break it down. And then get that in there. So again, this will bring out all the juices, all the oils. Good day, we forgot the courgettes. Oh, you got flowers.
Fresh.
These are so cute.
Yeah, so those are the Romanesco ones. Yeah,
Romanescos. Little
amazing.
spiky buggers, aren't they?
Refresh.
Yeah, thank you. Bash your top. Cool, so the herbs are all nice and mashed and it's kind of producing what looks like an oil. So we're gonna go in with our toasted pine nuts that I did in the skillet. Because the pan is so hot, it's already toasting them off, so I don't need to put it in the oven. Get them in there and mash them down again. Definitely getting a workout today, that's for sure. Cool, we're gonna add some lemon to that. Give it some freshness. Add a bit more oil in with nutritional yeast, which is a nutty, cheesy flavor to replicate the Parmesan. Looks like fish food, tastes like cheese. Unreal. It's like a pesto butter. And that's gonna be brushed on the flatbreads when they're warm. Set that aside. We're now gonna Get these little babies, look at these. Little baby courgettes. So I think I'm just gonna roughly chop these up. Gonna do some lengthways ones and make like little ribbons in a salad. Look at the spiky end. Beautiful though. Cool, pan should be hot. And we're gonna char off this lemon in there too. Now we wait for them to be cooked. So we've got a lovely charred, sweetened lemon and these little charred courgettes. Just gonna dress them in that lemon with a bit of salt, a bit of oil. Just go in that lovely candied lemon and it's just gonna give a different flavour to a normal lemon. And then generous pinch of salt. And that's gonna go on top of the flatbreads, which we're gonna get in the oven now. So, grab your flatbread, grab the pesto we made, and let's go with a tablespoon on the base. And if you want to make flatbreads at home, you can go back to episode 1, not plugging it, I am really, and go and make the flatbread recipe. It's super easy, 2 or 3 ingredients, depending on what you've got. Doesn't take long at all, 10 minutes to make a flatbread. Oh, that's nice. So now, the penultimate dish, we're doing a smoky tomato chutney tart with charred broccoli on the top. Really simple, really quick, really easy. So first we're gonna char off our broccoli dry in the pizza oven. We're gonna add some oil eventually, but right now it's going in dry to char. I don't really know how this is gonna go because I've never cooked puff pastry in a pizza oven, so we'll have to see, but I'm sure it'll work. Just gonna kiss them with a little bit of oil. So we've got a chili and tomato chutney on the base. Once that's on there, go on with your beautiful green broccoli, season, and back in the oven. Yee, salad time. Love that smell. Right, last up is the salad from the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Kate.
Yeah, amazing.
So I'm going to let you lead on this one.
Cool. Well, obviously we've got the lovely leaves and then we've got these guys left. So these funny little, almost like rat tail radishes.
They literally
the blue
are,
moon. They will bulk up a little bit, but we've got our first little small pickings. They're still very tasty.
Yeah.
The purple sugar snaps, which are just super, super sweet. And then our lovely golden beetroot, which you can have a look in there.
Oh my good God. I was not ready for that. You didn't warn me.
It's like a sunset.
Look at that. That is amazing.
It's lovely, isn't it? That is actually like kind of like mesmerising.
So I could just look at that. It looks like an eye.
It does, doesn't it? No, wait, hang on. This is the first time I've looked at one of these. I just realised I'm so excited. This isn't a regular golden beet.
Really?
So we do these ones called golden, burpees golden, which is more round. And I was wondering why it was so long. This is called a flaming barrel.
Ah.
And that's why we've got all these mad,
look at
mad colours. Okay, that is like, yeah.
So
just got me,
do you think it's different to the golden beet then? What?
I've never
or is
eaten
it just
this.
the way it's
This
grown?
is a new guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
this
so
is
excited.
new to both of us.
Yeah, but I mean that's ridiculous, and you can see why. Wow, you can see why it's
So
called
fiery.
that. Literally.
Look at your hands.
Yeah.
It's almost like turmeric.
There's obviously a lot of phytochemical action going on in there. That's like just to add to the patchwork of my hand. I mean, they're mad.
Wow. Let's combine those two. So when you were chefing, what did you cook? What did you do? Where were you doing it?
I had a catering company in London. Lots of like private clients and like people's like big weekends away, and then like just dinner parties and all that sort of jazz, and then pop-ups and supper clubs, which were really fun. What was good about it was like it was such a mix of jobs, and then it meant that I could always cook something new.
Yeah,
that was the main
isn't
thing.
it?
I didn't want to cook in a kitchen and kind of have to just
get
follow the
bored,
same. And then also I could kind of try and lead the client on seasonality and lots of veggie stuff. And obviously at that point, because this was like 12 years ago, like ottolenghi was like just booming. So everyone would be like, can you do an ottolenghi style salad? And I was like, absolutely, yes, I can.
It's the best way to eat. I love it.
Throw it all in, loads of herbs, loads of flavour, lots of like textures.
Veggie, just using veggies as they are.
Exactly, yeah, he did a great thing for the UK food scene,
he
for
did.
sure.
Yeah. I still love his recipes. Look at that colour.
You know it's going to be good for you when there's that vibrancy as well.
How can it not be?
So pretty. And watch some little guys on top. Little other bit of colour. Oh yeah. Crunch
There you
as
have
well.
it. Can't wait. That's actually the one I'm excited for most. Cool. We're done. Let's eat. Hello everyone. How are we?
Isn't it?
Oh my God, looks amazing.
It's so good. Every dish has something that we picked this morning. So we've got this tossed salad with flaming barrel beetroot.
Flaming barrel.
Flaming barrel, flaming galahs. Radish,
The sugar snap
sugar
peas.
snap peas,
Yeah.
and the salad.
Yeah, all the different
All the
freckles.
different. We've got
and,
rocket in there.
Yeah, and rocket.
The most peppery rocket. Chili and smoky tomato base on the tart with charred broccoli. We've got a carrot top pesto with all the other herbs we picked. The dill, the parsley. Tomato and charred spring onion salsa. Baba ganoush, which we smoked in the fire. And then a roasted carrot dip, which is like a sort of a nutty, thicker dip with the baby carrots, which I also cooked on the embers.
That's exciting.
So it's very smoky.
Just really hungry.
Yeah. So it's more like a tear and share, grab a plate,
Wow.
get stuck in.
Oh my days, yes please.
really
My
good.
friend's actually salivating.
Now I'm overthinking drinking.
This is the kind of food I'd like to eat.
Yeah. It's been amazing. Thank you for having me and showing me around. And it's so good to be able to eat what we picked
Yeah.
a couple
feels
hours
good.
ago. But yeah, thank you so much. See you guys in the next episode.
Yeah, cheers.
This is the last episode, so we won't.
You're just do that.